Kingsley Casabenda was unable to handle the heat on the pass. Calgary South having a brain fart at the center ice as well, missing an easy to pick up pass that's going to go over 2 lines, so they got to wait. And then they're going to touch it too soon, so getting a bit of a time violation. That's going to be a possession sting. Don't know why Paige's dad is giving me the stink eye and must not like something I said. So offensive possession, Channing Perversev is going to start with it. Passes it off to Paige Jensen, who's going to circle around the net. Playing on the Olympic-sized ice, lots of room to move. Centering pass to Channing, couldn't quite find anything but skates. Channing picks it up. It's going to get pushed over the blue line into the neutral zone. Calgary South picks it up on the attack, looking for an option. She gets stick checked off, but they are able to recover it. I believe that's Cam Poffenroth fighting for possession in there. It is. Unable to get it. Didn't see who they rewarded the possession to. It looks like it's coming back to Calgary South on a neutral zone possession. I don't agree with that call one bit. I also don't know the rules around the possession, so I'm probably wrong. Looks like Ringette's going, I was hoping it was going lacrosse style and we're just going to play music the whole way, but not so much. Calgary South fires it in, couldn't handle the dumping chase. Piper Emo picks it up. She's going to slide it up. It's going to come into the zone, picked up by Dottie. Dottie tries to flip one through the legs of the defender, couldn't find it. Sidney Thompson fighting for it. Avery pulls it away, gives it to Dottie in the corner. Dottie's going to try and slow it down a bit. Cuts through the middle, gets stick checked, now fires one. Had Sidney Thompson open on the back. Weasel was looking for the pass, didn't quite see it. Thompson with the timely stick check, but she gets double teamed hard. Still fighting in there. She gives a few hacks and whacks and gets away with it as Calgary South comes up in the middle. Thompson had lost her stick, found it as she's falling, able to clear the zone to Avery. I believe that's Avery. Maybe it's Greer. I have no idea. I think it's Greer. Dottie sends it across, was looking for MOD. MOD couldn't quite catch that one, and it's thrown away up the boards. Calgary South just fires that one in. A little bit of desperation. But they finally made the chase on this one. They're able to get possession back as they're going to circle over top, look to slow it down. They had the backside pass, decided to just throw a little flutterbug at the net. That never had a chance. Veronica Simpson with the hand pass to the side of the net. It's going to come up to Casabenda. Casabenda to MOD. She's got the outside room. Tries to go short side, finds nothing but blocker. Hand passed on the fast break out. Can't stick the ring as Calgary South has got all kinds of fumbleitis happening here. This one's going to come back out to Greer. She's going to cut middle, goes short side, tries to get the goalie leaning. Just didn't quite have the angle at the post. It's recovered by MOD. She's going to slow it down, looking around the outside as Perversev. Perversev couldn't stick the ring. She got a little bit of the yips on that one. And Calgary South picks up the turnover, throws it away to absolutely nobody as Elsa Clausen-Roth is there. She pulls it inside, outside, back to Channing. Channing makes a little loop, drop pass back to Jensen. He cuts underneath, tries to find the hole, but can't quite elevate it enough. Calgary South on the pressure. It's going to be a turnover to Perversev. She couldn't quite handle that one as it just got checked off the end of her stick. Calgary South coming up with all kinds of problems. Can't really penetrate the neutral zone and handle the pressure of the sting. Now it's Elsa Clausen-Roth with the ring. She's going to cut her on everybody. Got a little chin music, a little chin shave, if you will. No high sticking call on that. I don't agree with it as that was pretty haphazard. A little Zorro action on the end, but they got away with it. And now it's just going to be offensive possession as the goalie held it. Felicity Thompson coming into the possession circle with Dottie and Poffenroth. She fakes the pass and goes back to the wall. Dottie couldn't quite pick it up. Thompson sends it back door for Poffenroth. I don't think Poffenroth expected it. She gets it back, tried the centering pass, had a little too much Olay on it. And it clears the zone. Thompson's back. She gets on her horse and pushes it to the wall. And the Sting are going to get the possession in the middle of that. So far, it's been all Sting and very little Calgary South with the ring. Unfortunately for the Sting, they've been all Swedish and no finish. Hyper Emo is going to start with the ring. Plays it out to someone. Now it gets pushed back to Dottie. Dottie to Thompson. Thompson's going to have a little Savardian spinorama. Leaves it in the corner for Dottie. Cuts to the middle. Dottie can't find the passing lane. Ends up finding the back of the goalie's stick. She's going to hand pass that out. No one took that lane away. Calgary South runs into the blue line. That one was wished it hadn't have been touched. Just Thompson on a clear-cut breakaway. And it's whistled down. I think it should be more about whether the advantage is created or not. But I guess that's not the rule. It's a bullshit rule. Greer comes in with MOD and Taylor, I believe. So MOD is going to cut low, uses the ref as a bit of a pick. She keeps coming around. She's going to drop it for Greer. Long, hard shot from the outside. Almost found the 5-hole. That is the longest 5-second count. The Young Bucks heckling the referee. Even they know that. Even the kids know the referees are horseshit. I probably got picked up. Greer's going to circle around the net. She drops it for Taylor, who's going to cut over top. Ah, maybe that was Avery. I need a roster sheet. Something fierce. Calgary South throws it away to the line, runs into the invisible wall. They do find it, get a centering pass, and then that one is kicked away by Breyer. Calgary South with a new... Oh, that should have been a shot clock reset. I think somebody was asleep at the wheel. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Calgary South now gets a new shot clock. Why was there a shot clock reset there? Correct. Jesus Nash. A nice stick check. Oh, that was a good stick check. That is not a hook. I think the kids heckling the referee have gotten inside her head. She missed a couple shot clock resets and now calls the first SBS, softer than baby shit call of the night. Calgary South getting the advantage, getting the first power play of the game. They're going to fire it to the wall. I don't think anybody saw that coming. Nice stick check by 19 in the corner. She's going to get a lot of pressure. Still has it. Tries to flip it out. Can't quite get enough pressure on it. Calgary South regains. They're going to cut inside. First field goal of the game. As that one goes right through the uprights. And there's a roughing call because the Calgary South player toe-picked. So once again... Oh, that's even crazier. The player that fell gets a roughing penalty for toe-picking, so that's a new one. She must have done something behind the play that nobody saw, although I don't think she did. Maybe she realized that she's got to even it up, so that's... Back-to-back SBS calls by the Zebra crew. 4-on-4 ringette. Here it goes to Isla Nash. She's going to cut inside. Tries to center it to Thompson. Thompson not quite able to get a handle on it. Good stick check at the ringette line. However, Calgary South able to retain. As someone takes a tumble. They were looking for a call. Not going to get it. Casavenda breaking up that passing attempt, applying pressure as Isla Nash is putting her shoulder into the attacker. Off a couple of skates from Thompson and then into the grasp of Veronica. She's going to play it out. Passed up to Thompson. She doesn't make a mistake on that. She's got Casavenda streaking in. He makes absolutely no mistake. Fakes block, post blocker, brings it off the post to make it interesting. And we've got a 1-0 game with 3:26 to go in the first quarter. Still gonna be 4-on-4 on the good even strength goal. Casavenda streaking over the line, getting the breakaway pass from Thompson to put the Sting on the board and in the lead for the first time this game. Calgary South looking to bounce back from a complete defensive zone breakdown. They're going to cut inside, outside, catch the post. That's all Veronica Simpson gave them. They're able to get a new shot clock to work with. They're going to cut in over top. A little selfish play from number 4 pays off as she looked off 2 passes, and then it was a ring with eyes. Veronica Simpson kept rolling, and just like that, we're knotted up at 1. So the Calgary South team answers back very quickly. The Sting play this one up to Emo. Emo's going to give it to Jensen. Jensen coming inside, centering pass, looking for Greer. Greer wasn't quite able to catch that one as she had all kinds of pressure around her. Then she's going to fire it across to Emo. Emo can't get the bouncing ring. Neither can South. Now everyone's fighting for it. Calgary South comes out with it. She's going to just fire that one away into no man's land. It's picked up by Emo. Emo's got Greer on the far side. She's going to stick that one without a problem. Cuts in, wires one high into the chest of the South goalie. It makes that save look pretty routine. South with it. They're trying to draw everybody down, opening a lane. They do find one. Not quite fast enough on the fast break. Sting pick it up in their own zone. A quick reverse. And it's out to the neutral zone. They find Elsa Clausen-Roth. She's going to double back and look for an opening pass lane. She gets a little bit of a jab push there. Totally ignored by the referees. Pretty sure that was probably carried in by both teams and should have been whistled down. And now Emo's going to get a SBS hooking. If anything, it was maybe a slight push on the hips, but that one I also just don't agree with. That looked a lot more like rubbing his race into this broadcaster. Regardless, the Calgary South, let's call them the Blues. The Calgary South Blues are going to go on the power play for the second time this game. They're going to play it to the wall. The centering pass comes in. No shot. Not sure why. That was a pretty good offensive chance. They're going to pass it all the way across and then fire it into number 14. They do get a little worm burner out, but Veronica Simpson closes the door, plays it off to Taylor. Taylor's going to go across the front of the net, finds Briar Sturvey. Briar Sturvey with a couple of slick, silky moves coming through. And this one's going to go all the way across, finds City Thompson. She tries to power that one through, just got a bit of the goalie's jersey and couldn't quite find it, center and pass. And the goalie makes a desperation sprawling save and finds it. Avery gets just bullied from behind and there's no call. Both referees staring at it. And now breakaway pass to the Calgary South Blues, but they couldn't quite do anything with it. They do retain possession. They get a new shot clock, so 20 seconds to go. Centering pass. Hard laser of a shot. Finds Veronica Simpson's blocker. She's able to keep it. Plays the hand pass out. Now Taylor is going to fire it up to Thompson. Thompson gets rubbed off hard. She sold that one like Dr. Seuss going door to door and picks up the roughing penalty. I think she threw herself on that one. She's going to get mad at me for saying it, but I like it. So it's going to be a back-end power play after 35 seconds of 4-on-4 play for the Airdrie Sting. The Calgary South Blues get the bullying penalty for just being mean. Hervestad's going to play it across to Ovalduve. Ovalduve fakes the pass, keeps it, comes underneath, stick check off. That was a good play by the defender by the Calgary South Blues, because they're able to pick it back up and bring it in. Still 20 seconds to go on the 4-on-4. 5 seconds to go in the quarter, and no call on the trip. That was about as blatant can be. That's going to bring us to the end of the first quarter, as we are going to hear the first word from our sponsor here at Elite AF Productions. For all your pest control needs, we know the mice are starting to get cold outside. They're going to find a way into your house. You want to keep them outside and be able to have a good sleep at night. Call Antoine Ouellette and all the guys over at the Pest Control Guy. Proud supporters of U16 Ringette and employer of a number of our coaches on a part-time basis. The Pest Control Guy servicing all of the Calgary area, from Olds all the way down to High River and everywhere in between. If you have any pests in your life, give us a call, because we'd be happy to come on out and fix it up. Every dollar spent with the Pest Control Guy is going to find its way supporting Airdrie Youth Sports in some way, shape, or form. So once again, that's Antoine Ouellette, J.S. Ouellette, and all the fellas over at the Pest Control Guy. We're happy to come down and help you out and keep the kids in sports and off the streets and out of handcuffs. Once again, that is the Pest Control Guy. Look them up at thepestcontrolguy.ca. Second quarter just about underway. Calgary South on the 4-on-4, get a fast break. They try to sneak one inside the post, couldn't quite get the angle, and now it's a power play for 1:20 for the Sting. They're going to fire that one through. Was looking for Casa Venda. She ran into all kinds of traffic as Calgary South just clumping like bees to honey on that one there. Got a couple men down. Paige Jensen comes out of the fray with it. She's going to find Casa Venda. Casa Venda is going to deke through and then fires a shot. That one had a chance. It got hung up on the shelf of the goalie's pads, and they're going to play this one out. Not really sure what the plan was by the South Blues there, but it's a turnover to Emo. Emo gets toe-picked at the line and hauled down. They're going to call her for breaking the barrier. Bring up a neutral zone possession. 38 seconds to go on the lackluster power play attempt so far. So the Sting looking to turn that around. They've only had one shot and really one offensive chance on this power play. Calgary South controlling, just happy to rag the ring. They're going to dump it into the zone. No Sting players went for it. Still 20 seconds on the power play as Pink Gloves is going to cut through the middle. Nice stick check by Purvisov to take that opportunity away. But nobody decided to grab the ring. Piper Emo taking a good angle. And then it's going to die in the crease of Veronica Simpson. So Simpson's going to just play it out to the side for Emo. Emo's going to pick this one up and pull it in. She feathers the pass, was looking for Purvisov. Purvisov gets it back from Dottie. She's going to come inside. She gets hooked up and makes a nice little spin move there. Was looking for Elsa Clausen-Roth. Still 5 seconds on the shot clock. She's going to wire one inside, looking for the reset. But Calgary South picks it up. Good forecheck pressure by the Sting as they're killing 10 seconds of Calgary South shot clock and keeping it in the zone. Now Purvisov comes up with it. She's going to dance around the outside. He's looking for the centering pass to Elsa. Didn't quite get there as Calgary South got into it, but it's picked back up by Dottie. Dottie riding the lightning, so to speak, on the hook from Pink Gloves. And she gets hauled down, still gets the shot off, and we're going to see another Sting power play. Out to start the power play is Thompson, Taylor, Poffenroth. Plays it to the boards for Taylor. She's going to cut inside over, gets hauled down, still gets the shot off. The ring's going to die in the crease, unfortunately. Calgary South brings it up. They're on the press. They're going to double back, looking for a passing lane. Can't find one still. Poffenroth was all over her check, and now they come in. Wire one. Straight into the top corner. Shorty goal. Number 2 big stretch of the Calgary South Blues, so having very little possession, very little offensive opportunity, they somehow managed to take the lead over a bit of a floundering Sting team here that just can't quite get their offensive shit together. So 2-1, the Blues with their first lead of the game. This one's going to get turned over on the pass down into the corner. Number 2, Big Slick brings it up. She's going to chop block on the side. Takes Jensen down. MOD comes out with it. She tries to fire that one high. New shot clock. But the Blues are able to get this one, and they're going to fire it down. Still 1:10 to go on the power play. Veronica Simpson's going to sprawl on the ring, hand pass it out to Isla Nash, the Cuban assassin. She's going to fire it up to Greer. Greer looks across, is looking for PJ. She's going to find it in the corner, cuts to the middle, drops it to Greer. Greer tries for the short side shot, and it's just a lucky flick of the stick for the Blues player to stop that one as they get possession. That should have been a turnover in the middle. Isla Nash kind of missed it. Then comes in, gets the shot off. Nash all over it. She's going to make up for lost time. Fighting for it still. Is able to bat it away to Greer. Greer brings it ahead now. It's Purvisev has it. She's going to fire it back door looking for Casavenda. Casavenda got stick checked just off of it. That was a nice setup play. And then Klossenroth comes in. She tries to skinny it through. Almost found a hole. The goaltender's just going to sit on it and wait. So it's going to be an offensive possession reset for the Sting. Purvisev's going to start with it in the center. Plays it across to Klossenroth. Klossenroth's going to circle along the path wall. She tries centering it, bounces it, gets it back, drops it for Purvisev. It's kind of in a weird handcuff spot. She overskates it. And then a good stick check by Elsa to get it back. She's going to run into a little bit of friendly fire from Purvisev. Is able to retain it and takes it to the outside. Now they're going to drive in. Quick drop pass to Casavenda. Casavenda trying to shovel it across to Purvisev. It finally gets to its mark. Purvisev with the shot. It gets blocked. She gets it back. It's cutting hard to the middle. Runs into an errant stick. Should be a new shot clock. It is. Purvisev still fighting away for it. She does retain it. Lots of time on the clock. No need to rush. Sends it across to Klossenroth. She fires one high. That catches goalie mask. Couldn't quite clear it. The Calgary South, I'm not sure what the plan was there. It was a bit of the no-man plan. Now, Thompson with the quick flick of the stick over to Casavenda, who tried to hit the open short side, and it just hit an obstruction and went outside. Now Thompson giving chase. 9 decides to double back and get away from the pressure. Thompson's right there to take it away. Bit of a ring battle along the boards here, and somehow the South Blues pick it up. Emo's going to come inside. She's just going to say, thank you for that. I'll take that. Comes around the back of the net, looking for the outlet pass. Finds Dottie up the wall. Dottie gets poked, tripped down, and that is going to be another penalty against Pink Gloves of the Calgary South Blues. She's going to get a roughing call. Really sure that's a rough and not a trip, but I guess the result is the same. For another Sting power play. PJ, Paige Jensen in the middle. She's going to play it across to Greer. Greer's going to slide it through. Was looking for Poffenroth. That one got stick checked away. Sting able to retain possession. Still 20 seconds on the clock as Poffenroth cuts through the middle. Gets a bit of a crosser from Jensen, and then she's going to spin and fire it through on the long side. to the inside of the post on a ringer for the power play goal just 19 seconds in. We have 4:49 remaining in the second quarter. We're all knotted up at deuces here at Flames Community Arena, the Big Ice. Calgary South changes the troops. They're going to take that chance to get a line change on. They're firing into the corner. Still not much of a setup here. Going to come over top. Now she does have a shooting lane. She's going to fly the second field goal of the game. That one was good between the uprights. It was picked back up. They try the centering pass. Can't quite stick it. They do get it back. I'd like to see the Sting try to jump on those loosies a little bit more and get possession back. It was a good reset shot by the Blues. Then the Sting are going to flip that one in the middle. That's Cottonroth. Has to fight for it. She's able to get that one through, plays it across. Owen's going to get kicked away. Greer. I thought that should have been a reset. Now the South Blues are going to pick it up, and the clock does reset. Greer's going to come in as that one was just panicked away into the corner by the South Blues defenders. So 20 seconds to go on the shot clock. I think there was a bit of a miss on the shot clock reset as they try to power their way through and not able to get much of a shot off. And the goalie picks it up, plays it to the side of the net. She's got a double team Cummins, able to get through that. Fires it in the middle. It's kind of overskated by everybody. She violates the line. It's going to bring up a offensive possession for the Sting. 3:19 to go in the half. Still knotted up at twos. Nice backdoor pass to Casavenda. She thought better than to just fire the ring away. She had no angle. Retains possession. Circles underneath. Now comes over top. Drops it for Pervasev. Pervasev gets it back in the middle. She's going to pass it to the side of the net for Casavenda, who picks it up. Still lots of time. Centering pass doesn't quite find its mark. Caught a couple heels. And now the Blues are going to bring it back up into the neutral zone. They find the check on the inside, and MOD, they say they carried it across the blue line. I don't agree. Her arms aren't that long. And they're going to end up giving a offensive possession to the Blues. They're going to play it to the wall. Pretty standard. The Blues are going to come up underneath. They try to find the shooting lane. They run into the quick stick of Thompson, who then bats it over the blue line for Kinsley Casavenda. Casavenda is going to play it across to Thompson, who's got some speed, and she's going to go into the net. Takes everybody out, draws the slashing call, and Glenn Anderson style just puts herself right into the goalie. Going to bring up the fourth power play for the Sting today. They are 2 for 4 on the power play, and looking to extend that into positive numbers. On the heads-up net drive from Felicity Thompson. She's going to stay on the ice. She's flanked by Elsa Clausen-Roth and Dottie. So Elsa gets the side half-board pass. She's going to cut up over top, comes in, fires the shot, doesn't have the angle. It's going to just go wide, and is picked up by the South Blues. Good stick check and pressure by Elsa Clausen-Roth. She gets it back from Dottie and then wires one into the belly of the South Blues goalie. She's going to play it to the net side. Elsa Clausen-Roth and Dottie are there. As the South Blues come up, I think that was a line violation that was missed by the Zebras. And they're going to get a shot off. And pretty routine save for Veronica Simpson, who plays it to the back of the net. Still looking for a passing lane. Now she's going to sauce one up to Elsa Clausen-Roth, who puts on the brakes. Was looking for Dottie, just gave her a little too much lead on that one. And the South Blues are going to take over. We got a minute 23 remaining in the half. That one's turned over in the neutral zone, but they do get it back. Kayla was working hard on that. Emo's back. That one looked like it was going in, and then it was called out. We've got a slashing penalty behind the play against the Sting. I don't know which player they're looking for. It looks like Dottie's getting charged with being a little choppy. So now it's going to bring up four on four for 45 seconds, giving the South Blues a back-end power play when it's all said and done to start the next period. Sorry, the second half. They're going to circle around outside. Pass one through. They're going to find the short side under the blocker, Veronica Simpson, through the screen. With exactly 1 minute to go in the half, the South Blues are going to take the lead once again. They haven't gotten a lot of offensive chances, but they have capitalized on most of them when they do get them. That's something the defensive core and defensive zone coverage is going to have to get tighter for the Sting coming into the second half. Poffenroth is going to jump back into the center. She cuts inside, outside, and she just rings it back, hitting the top of the triangle post. Finds the back of the net. We're back knotted up at threes, just like that, even Steven. That one only took 12 seconds off the clock to get back to even. Inside, outside, Mighty Ducks triple beach move from Cameron Poffenroth to even it back up. And the South Blues with possession, looked inside, went outside, was able to regain the ring. Long shot, knocked down by Simpson. She's just going to corral that one in and then fires it up the wall to somebody. Somebody sends it to Purvisev. Purvisev can't quite get it. That one's kicked away. Purvisev has it back. She's getting hooked and pucked all over the place. And then it's going to get flipped off the end of the stick to the outside. Purvisev's going to play it in over the line. It is touched by the Calgary Blues, so it's a good ring. 14 seconds, 5 seconds to go. A little hand chop to Paige Jensen, looked off by the referees. So we're going to have a 2-second clock to end the half. I'd like to see Thompson just grip it and rip it. As she does, hits Paige Jensen as there was a brick wall in front of the goalie. There was absolutely no chance that anything was going to go in there. And that's going to bring us to the end of the half. We're going to just mute ourselves a little bit. We'll be back for the second half. What do you think of the referees so far? think it's softer than baby shit. And not overly consistent. Welcome back to the second half, about to get underway. Brendan Foster-Roth not happy with the Zebra crew, as we just heard. Very heavy on the whistle, as she would say. Inconsistent. Piper Emo overskates the pass. Who's 13? Lila. So Lila passes it up to Jensen. She's going to lose her shooter's tip. That's going to cost mom and dad a couple of bucks. Heavy collision on the wall as Lila goes down into a heap. I'm not quite sure what the call is here. Are we getting a penalty on this? They were calling a board, but was the boarding on us? I thought we got boarded. No. They must be calling a major or a double minor on it. So I'm not really sure what the call here is. I think they got it backwards. It looked to me like Lila got absolutely ramrodded into the boards, turned into a turnover, to which the Calgary South Blues were able to capitalize, score a goal, and Lila's still getting the penalty on it, so must have been a double minor. That one's still a little bit confusing. In any event, trailing by one, City Thompson has it, comes across, it goes off the inside of the post. A millimeter away as MOD is going to cut to the middle. She tries to backhand pitchfork it in, gets it back, fires it to Thompson. Thompson double clutches, brings it back as she didn't have a shooting angle, and then is going to circle around.
There was a delayed penalty. They scored. She comes out and blocks the other person. Oh, it's a new. I think it's a new rule. At least you're paying attention. Yeah.
So now the Calgary South Blues are going to bring it up. They're going to find the offensive zone, double back. I apologize, commentary momently elapsing as I had to have a parental timeout. Nothing really happened, so you didn't miss much. It's a little sword jousting in front of the net. No one could get possession. That's going to bring up a goalie ring for Veronica Simpson. We're going to whistle and count this one in. There's still no outlet for Simpson. She finally finds someone, gives it to Isla Nash. Isla Nash gets pushed off the ring, and now everybody goes down into a heap. She's able to center it out to Poffenroth. Poffenroth looking for somebody. She finds Elsa Klossenroth on the drop pass. Klossenroth gives it back to her on the wall. She's going to drop it for Klossenroth, who wires one through traffic. Had a bit of a screen, but found the goalie's chest. New shot clock, new possession for Klossenroth, as she slowly brings it in the middle, drops it for Poffenroth. Poffenroth doesn't have an angle. She gets it poked off the end of her stick into the corner, continues to fight for it. Good stick check back as Pink Gloves picks it up in the corner. She's going to come around trying to use the net, and is able to open the ice up and then sends it into the center ice. Now it's the South Blues coming in. They're going to flip a hard shot, gets knocked away by someone. 5 seconds to go on the shot clock, picked away by Klossenroth, and now it's going to be picked up. A couple of hard hacks and whacks on the stick checks as she goes down, and that you're not going to get away with. It doesn't matter how hard number 3 throws her arms up. That is a penalty in every league at every level. Well, the Sting are going to go on a power play once again. Power play, not impressive to say the least so far this game. Sting looking to turn that around in this second half as Thompson comes onto the ice with, I think it's Jensen and Taylor. So Jensen's going to circle around. She gets the pick from Thompson. She's going to fire it. It gets just tipped wide. Jensen hard on it, gets the ring back. Now Taylor's got it. She's going to fire one through. Might not be Taylor. I actually have no idea who that is. They're going to get it back, fires it to Thompson. Thompson has one too many flicks of the wrist. Shooting lane closes, and it's going to go out of play. 1:26 to go in the power play. Still trailing 4-3. So Calgary South tries to get it. Thompson's there. She gets poked off from behind. Good heads-up play at the line, but couldn't quite finish on that one as the pressure on the back check was just a little bit too heavy. Thompson did stick check in the middle to stop the advancement, but the Blues are able to regain possession. They're just going to fire that one away into the corner as nobody's around. Picked up by Emo. Emo's going to play it up to PJ. PJ not able to grab it. As the South Blues mount the attack, they're going to come in. That's their third field goal of the game. That one right through the uprights. No chance in hell for that. It's played ahead to Greer. Greer fires it up to Dottie. Dottie's going to leave it for Greer. Greer's going to cut over side. She fires it short side, hits the goalie's glove, and goes behind the net. MOD all over her, applying all kinds of forecheck pressure, forces the panic flip to the middle. Now Dottie gets it. She's going to get hooked and booked and then dumped behind the net. Little forearm shiver, Cobra Kai style, and it's completely ignored. On the fast break after the no call is the Blues. They're going to try and pitchfork the backhand, but Veronica Simpson shows 5-hole and then slaps the pad, takes it away. New possession for the Sting as Greer comes up. She's going to play it through to Dottie. Dottie cuts it in through the middle. Still doesn't have a lane. She's going to come back underneath. Goalie was leaking all kinds of out of the net. The South Blues are able to get it. They flip it to the neutral zone, get a possession. Now they're going to mount the attack on the outside, waiting for a net drive. Doesn't come. So she's just going to have to circle around. She kind of looks like Adrian in Rocky 1, public skating out there. Now she cuts inside, lets a good shot off. It's knocked away by Veronica Simpson. And we are going to get another SBS slashing call. Brenda Klossenroth not happy with that one. She's shaking her head. South Blues going on a power play. Their power play even worse so far than the Sting power play. They're only 1 for 5 and usually even it up by taking a boneheaded play and penalty. We'll see if that follows through. Now it's a fluttering shot, easily played into the lap of Veronica Simpson. She's going to hand pass this one out. They're going to cut it through the middle to Perversev. Perversev tries to thread the needle, misses the eyelet completely. I'm not sure what the call was. The ring must have went somewhat out of play. So the Sting are going to get this one back. We have 3:41 to go in the third quarter. Minute 35 remaining on the penalty to the Sting. Sting still trailing 4-3. This game a lot closer than it should be. Clausen Roth and Thompson with Isla Nash up front. Clausen Roth's going to bring it around the net. Still looking to rag some time. Going to fire that one in, and then it's a panic outlet pass. Overskated, and 19 is there to knock it away. City Thompson's going to get it. She kind of toe picks her way through, tried to get it over the blue line. Isla Nash was all over her like white on rice. South Blues are able to headman it, get it in. Good stick checks by 19 of the Sting. Now Thompson comes in to help out. She's going to get possession. She's going to lead it to Clausen Roth. Clausen Roth's going to fire it ahead for Thompson. Thompson needs to get those legs pumping. She's not able to get around Big Slick, number 2 of the Calgary South Blues, as she fires that one into no man's land. It's picked back up, fired down the ice. Thompson's getting a change. No one pressuring now. Clausen Roth does. We still have 30 seconds to go on the penalty kill. Clausen Roth dumps the defender. Big Slick not happy with the no call there. Greer fighting for it. She gets away with it. She's just getting bullied along the wall by Pink Gloves. She's able to push that one in. Clausen Roth still looking and fighting for it. She's going to pick it up on the half wall. She's going to drop it back to Greer. Greer fires the high heat over the net. Top Gun Maverick style. A little flyby there. Buzzing the tower, and now just a hard collision. No call on it. I think both players trying to sell that they got interfered with. And the Twin Towers just colliding. As Greer fires that one in, the goalie's going to elect to just sit on it, take a little bit of a breather, give the offensive possession and the new shot clock back to the Sting. Not sure I like the decision there. I think she had all kinds of time to try to play that one up and at least get it out of their zone. Instead, they give the Sting an ample opportunity to get some new troops out. A full line change. Minute 40 still to go in the third quarter. 1-goal game. As Perversev plays it to Taylor. Taylor tries to slide it to the Weasel. Can't quite get through. Now Poffenroth just snatches it out, fires it towards the net. It's saved, and now it's a ring battle. Poffenroth just out-muscles everybody. Little friendly fire for the South Blues there. Poffenroth somehow keeping that out of the crease. I'm not sure how. And then it's a spinorama. Fire just missed the side of the net. They're going to call a crease violation on the Blues and give another shot clock and offensive possession back to the Sting. Good hard-nosed mucking play there by Poffenroth. She is working double time to keep that offensive chance alive. Now it's played to the side. Drop pass back to Perversev. She has no room to come in, so she's going to retreat back. Cuts to the middle, finds a bit of a lane. She's got a quadruple deep cut back on the heels and slides it through for Pater into the back of the net. Little off-speed shot, got the goalie double clutching. Granny shifting, if you will. She needs to watch a little Fast and Furious. Learn how to shift those gears, get back into possession. But Perversev, not her first one of the game, and we're back tied up at 4. It's anybody's ring game with 1 minute to go in the third quarter. Thompson with the swinging stick check. She's able to knock that away, plays it up to Dottie. Dottie gives it to Jensen. Jensen finds a lane. She gets hauled down, takes the net off of its moorings. Doing her best impression of a 1986 Glenn Anderson. 43 seconds to go in the third quarter. A lot of stoppages here. Still knotted up at 4-4 for those of you just joining us. It has been mostly Sting possession, but the Blues doing a good job capitalizing on their opportunities. There was a delayed penalty called on that, so the Sting going back to the power play. That one's threaded through to Thompson. Thompson plays it off the hip of the goalie. Goalie's just going to sit. Oh, she tries to play it out. I was thinking that was a long 5-second count. I think maybe the double clutch play kind of faked out everybody, including the referee, but she got back on her whistle. So Thompson's going to get the offensive possession once again. They're going to get another crack at this one. See if she's going to elect to try to fire it at the net. She does not. Gives it to Dottie at the half wall. Dottie skates directly into traffic. So a couple of fights. Thompson able to flick it off the end of the defender's stick. She gets possession back. Gets the looping pass around the defender to Dottie. Dottie's going to cut inside. She had the pass to Purvisov. Elected to take it, takes the shot, finds the goalie's pad, and it's a turnover coming back out for the Blues. 2 seconds are in it. She's going to fire that one in, but it doesn't quite have the velocity to beat the clock. And that's going to bring up the end of the third quarter. What's the score?
Bottom of the 9.
5-1?
One on, one out.
Who's got the music here? Are they playing like makeout music at the end of prom? What the hell? This isn't homecoming. Night's not over. I just said. I feel like I'm at the end of a TV movie and a private This doesn't end. Owen's not safe. Something about this music just makes me want to go. There we go. That's a little better. All right, so welcome back to the fourth and final quarter. Game tied up. 11 minutes to go, 4-4. Both Blues are going to pick this one up, start with possession. She's going to overskate it, gets it back. Greer is there. She's going to play it ahead to MOD. MOD trying to headman it up to Greer, trying to get any room they can. Maya all over the forecheck there. Piper Emo's going to pick up the flip dumping attempt by the South Blues. She's going to find a lane up the wall. She's going to double back, DVD pass it. They're going to run into the line. They're able to stretch the ice out to Greer on the cross ice pass. Greer sends it back to Casavenda. Casavenda takes a long, hard shot. That one's going to find a knee pad. It had a hole. Like the attempt, she's going to drop it to Greer. Greer fires the high heat. Gets the shot clock reset and the possession back. Casavenda with the quick stick shot attempt. That one played away by the goalie and hand passed out as the Blues get their possession back. Maya Ovalduve all over the defender, killing 13 seconds of the shot clock. It's still in their end, and they just have to panic to dump it out. Picked up by T-Dog. T-Dog's going to fire that one in. Couldn't quite get it to Purvisov. It's an open range. Klossenroth gets on her horse and picks it up. 20 seconds to go on the shot clock. Lots of time to set up here. She tries to fire it through, finds nothing but pads. And it's a fast break for the Blues going 2-on-2. They aren't quite fast enough to capitalize on it, though, as they overskate the drop pass. Centering pass does fire it through. A little bit of a knuckle ring comes in to Veronica Simpson. She's going to pick it up. She's going to hand pass that one out to Purvisov. Purvisov plays it up to Poffenroth. Poffenroth leaves it for Channing. Channing gets a lane. She tries to go 5-hole. It was there. just didn't quite have enough room as it gets hung up in the keyhole. Elsa Clausen-Roth picks it back up. She's just going to fire this one down. It's going to be a 2-line attempt as Poffenroth gives chase. She's going to let the South Blues player pick it up. She kind of fires it around, still giving chase and pressure as Poffenroth. Doesn't quite have the angle, but leads her right into the stick check with Thompson and gets possession back. Dottie just waited that one long enough. She's got Thompson at the net side, tries to go short side flip, almost found it. It's going to die in the crease of the goalie. He's going to hang on for the full 5 seconds. It's going to be an offensive possession for the Sting. 8:21 to go in the 4-4 game. Thompson with the ring at the top. You're going to play that one to Dottie and come underneath. Dottie drops it to Thompson. Thompson threads the needle across to Taylor, who's just on the wrong hand. Couldn't quite get that one off. Almost found the 5-hole though. Pressure drop pass forces it back behind the South Blues net. Lots of pressure by T-squared as the South Blues are going to bring this one in. Thompson dropping her shoulder, announcing her presence with authority and just takes it away. Gets away with one maybe a little bit there, although I liked the aggressive tenaciousness from Thompson on that play. She doesn't lose her angle and forces the turnover to Isla Nash. Nash going to play it up to 15. 15 tries the centering pass. Is looking for Thompson. It ricochets back. Oh, man, yeah, that's going to be a hard spear. Thompson has it. It's going to drop it back to Dottie. Dottie is going to fall on it. We'll see if they're going to call both. Probably not. But full on dry gulch hook called, and the South Blues player just can't believe it. So the Sting go back to another power play. The power play, hopefully. Going to improve their conversion percentage. We've got some cheers from the stands as the Blue Jays eliminate the Yankees in Game 4 of the ALDS series. Moving on, that will unite Ringette parents across the board.
Let's go get a beer. Yeah, buddy.
Piper Emo with the shot attempt. It's pulled in by the goalie, easily played to the side of the net. Still a lot of pressure from the Sting players as Casavenda trying to take the passing lane away. She's successful in that. 15 seconds. The good job by the South Blues just ragging the penalty off. There's a little bit of a heel kick there. This one's going to get played outside, looking for PJ. It's going to be a delayed penalty coming up to the Sting. I think, oh, maybe not. I don't know who's getting the call. Oh, Calgary South actually getting the call. Looks like it's going to be a unsportsmanlike penalty. No, unsportsmanlike roughing, I think maybe that call is. I'm probably wrong. It's going to be a 5-on-3 for the Sting, so hopefully they can capitalize on this. The Calgary South giving them a pretty crazy opportunity here at a clutch time. Ovalduve tried the centering pass. It got knocked away and then fired down the ice. Elsa's got it along the boards. There's lots of space and room here. She's going to play it ahead to Ovalduve. MOD is going to cut into the middle, threads it across, was looking for Purvisev. Elsa Clausen-Roth picked that one up. She's going to come in, slides it to Channing. Channing gets it! Spinning back fist, finds the back of the net on the inside of the post. And just like that, your Sting leading 5-4 over the Calgary South Blues. Capitalizing on their first 5-on-3 of the game. They're still going to have 1:23 to go on the power play, so lots of time to open up a can of whoop-ass and get the gap lead going. 6 minutes to go in the ring game. As Calgary South starts with the possession on the penalty kill, they're just going to fire that one away. It's Played up to Thompson. Thompson's got Dottie. She leads Dottie in. She's going to skip inside. Power play goal for Dottie as she grips it, rips it to the outside blocker pass. It seems like maybe there's a bit of a hole in the goalie's armor, as most of the goals have come exactly there. 2-goal lead and bringing the Sting power play percentage back up to about 50% on the night. We're working the kinks and bugs out on the power play is the Sting. They now have a 2-goal, 6-4 lead. 5:47 to go. So the goals really coming in bunches here. The Calgary coach is unsure why they aren't getting their player back. I actually am unsure of that as well, so maybe somebody can explain that one to me. But Isla Nash on her horse gets that one in. She's going to pick up the ring. She's going to headman it up to Thompson. Thompson gives it to Dottie. Dottie's got a lane. She's going to cut over top. That one fooled the goalie, found the post, and then is picked up by Poffenroth. Poffenroth circling around behind the net. She somehow avoids the crease, but is unable to really get much off of that one as it dies in the crease. Thompson with the stick check for Poffenroth. She goes short side behind the goalie, finds the post. So just snake bitten here as they're going to play this one up. Poffenroth with a good effort on that. And Calgary South's just going to fire this one away into the corner. Picked up and headmanned up to Greer. Greer skating through the middle, looking for a lane. Lots of good patience here. She lets it open up to Casavenda. Casavenda is going to bring it down into the corner. She's going to circle around looking for the passing lane to open. Good patience shown here by the Sting as they're going to drop it back in. Greer looks for the wraparound. That's going to be a new shot clock, and Taylor comes in, picks that one up. She's going to steal that one away. Gives the shovel shot in, just misses the post. And Calgary's going to pick up possession. It gets knocked away by 13 at the center line. She's going to fire Greer in. Greer with the quick release shot, just flicks one in. That one damn near had a hole. Goalie didn't know where it was. It fell underneath her. And Calgary's still looking for their offensive attack. Now they've found an offensive possession, looking to mount the attack. They're going to get a lane. That one's going to get flipped in, played away by Veronica Simpson easily. They do got a new clock and a new possession. You're going to run into Greer, who just drops her attacker. Aaron Stick getting in the way of everybody. 16 comes over top, gets stick checked by Greer there, and then another stick check played in right into Veronica Simpson's stick. She's got to get rid of it. No, she's not going to quite have it. And she had no support from the defensive unit to get the ring out of her crease. 3:30 to go. 6-4. The Sting leading Calgary.
My hand's been out front.
Okay. That's not what you said last night.
So this one's going to get played to the side boards. Calgary South circling underneath. Going to slide it to the middle. Nobody home. It's kicked away by Perversev. Perversev overskated it a little bit, but she's going to stay on that one like a dog on a bone. Now South is going to pick it up. They're going to circle behind the net. 20 seconds to go on the shot clock. Fake drop pass into the top. MOD's there to clear it away. She's going to find PJ. PJ is just going to take her time. Sends it across to Perversev. Perversev, old CP, looking to use the ref as a pick. The ref got out of the way. Drop pass back for PJ. PJ's going to circle underneath. Lots of time on the shot clock. No need to rush anything here as PJ's going to double back inside. She's going to get the no-angle shot, looking for a clock reset. The goalie hangs on. Now Ham passes it up. Number 2, big slick. Toe picks. She heard footsteps and got rid of it. And a tripping call. What was that? Do you agree with that? No, Brenda Clausen-Roth a little upset here with the SBS call on a very clear toe pick. It was more of a power skating weight distribution error. Toe pick. They're gonna centering pass. Thompson there to knock it away. Was trying to find Clausen-Roth. They took the offensive threat away. A little shoulder drive by number 10. She's taken no prisoners, but can't get the shot off. That's gonna go right through the crease. Thompson comes in on the lacrosse check, gets bowled over. I'm not sure why there was no call on that, as Thompson got just lambasted. This one's gonna go back into the crease to Simpson. She plays it over to T-Dog, 19, who gets Ariga Montoya. And then Clausen-Roth gets popped and dropped.
Prison rules now.
Isla Nash, the El Salvadorian, coming in. She gets her pocket picked. T-Dog gets it back, or maybe that's Lila. I don't know. There's a delayed call. Another Olay bullwhip move by the Calgary South. Still couldn't get possession. It's played up to Clausen-Roth. Clausen-Roth heel kicks, plays it back to Greer, who's still got a chance. She still has possession, so I think the Zebra's arm's going to fall off. She's had it up for so long. Still no change or touch by the South. As Clausen-Roth kicks in, she's going to get tripped. I don't know. There could be like 4 or 5 calls. I think they're only going to call 2 of them. So a slash and a trip, and the Calgary South coach is not happy, as he is chicken head yelling at the Zebras right now. Maybe he's not happy with his player. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt that he's chicken heading his player. So second call coming in on the delayed trip at the end. A little theatrics going on in the Calgary South penalty box. The coach is very unhappy with the referee on this one. He just is beside himself and completely livid over there. You see that guy? He's losing his shit. This is what happens when you bring hockey coaches into Ringette. They don't understand. Can't do that. Boffenroth gets it at the top of the triangle. She's gonna work her way through, and then spins and fires right into the mouse hole. And she's gonna find the twine as the floodgates open. 7-4, 45 seconds to go. Actually, it is a power play goal. So I don't know what the rule is, if they're going to get their player back. It looks like they are. We're going to go to 4-on-4 with 45 seconds to go. No, we are not. Or there's an unsportsmanlike call coming up. I think so. There was an unsportsmanlike call came up to Calgary. So a little undisciplined. There's another unsportsmanlike call comes after the goal. Calgary South's going to play it in. It's going to be a 4-on-3. It's 12. Drops it back. It's kind of pushed away. Was looking for Dottie. She couldn't quite get there now. Piper Emo's got it. 30 seconds to go in the game. 3-goal gap. 6 seconds on the penalty to the Sting. Emo's going to play it ahead to Perversev. Perversev's going to give it to Dottie. Just got to kill the time now as it's all over but the crying. She's going to play it across to Perversev, who tries to thread the needle back to Dottie. That one's going to get stick checked away. We're in the final 10 seconds. Centering pass. Couldn't quite get there, and it's going to be a 4-in against Calgary South. It kind of seems like maybe a bit of a waste of a call. Under 5 seconds to go in regulation. Your Airdrie Sting pulling their heads out of their ass for the second half, or at least the fourth quarter. They're able to open up a can of whoop-ass, taking a 3-goal lead on the Calgary South Blues. fire shot. That one found Channing Paversev as she felt that one on the upper leg. And the horn is going to bring us to the end. Once again, the Airdrie Sting 7, the County South Blues 4. Chalk it up in the win column for the good guys. That's it. That's all. We're going to end the broadcast now. Thanks for tuning in and joining us. We'll be back next week with your next edition of Storm Football and Sting Ringette. Until then, keep your heads up and your stick on the ice. We'll see you next time. This is Uncle Cody. And as always, it has been a Elite AF production. If you would like us to mention your company, feel free to reach out as we are taking advertisement spots are available. Just message old Uncle Cody on Instagram, Facebook, Elite AF. Give us a shout, 587-574-9995.